Sonic 3, let's talk about it. I actually saw this movie in the past weekend. I am a little bit late. But with Christmas that was here, that came, that was coming, and now it's gone, it was really hard to keep up a schedule. I'm not gonna lie. It was just really hard. I didn't have any time to talk about it. I should have talked about it as soon as I saw it, but I'm talking about it now. So let's get to it. First and foremost, para mí, to make a movie about video games into Hollywood or, for theaters, usually Hollywood misses the mark. We're talking about like Assassin's Creed. We're talking about Resident Evil. We're talking about, what's it called? Prince of Persia. There's so many Mario Brothers, the first one. There's so many movies that they've taken out and they just completely missed the mark. The one I always had up there as number one was Mortal Kombat. And then I believe Mortal Kombat 2 came out. Well, yeah, I mean like the remake, the reboot. And that became like my number two. But then a movie came along. A little movie by the name of Sonic the Hedgehog came out. And I instantly became a number two or one. I feel like in a way Mortal Kombat the original is my number one. I go off nostalgia factor, but now that I think about it more, I think I do enjoy Sonic 1 more than the original Mortal Kombat. And then Sonic 2 came out and I was like, my God. So both Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat the reboot, Sonic and Sonic 2, they are close where it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's right there. And now we have Sonic 3. First and foremost, I have said Sonic 1 and 2 are the greatest video game adapted movies of all time. Because I do believe 2 is better than the reboot. And 1 might be better than the original Mortal Kombat. With 3 now, people have been saying it's the best Sonic movie to date. It's the best this, it's the best that. Unfortunately, it did not hit for me like I wanted to hit. I was ready for this to be called the greatest trilogy of all time. Not just video game adapted. Trilogy. You know how I feel about my trilogy. Sometimes they miss the mark. And unfortunately for me, Sonic 3 misses the mark. It's not a bad movie. But there's instances where it's an annoying movie. Let's get this out of the way. Sonic, all the Sonic Knuckles and Tail scenes, even the shadow scenes, they're great. They're movie magic. The directors or whoever's producing it, whoever's on behind it, they know the story they want to tell. It's until we get to the human actors where it fails. It's just not the same. They completely missed the mark. They're annoying. We don't need them. And yes, we have them there to do scenes to push the plot forward. But they were just not good. The human element were not good. And that's including Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, Eggman. Two Dr. Robotniks, Eggman. Yes, there are some scenes where he's hilarious and the banter he has back and forth, what they were going for. But then there's scenes where it's just too much, man. I'm like, tone it back down. You went above and beyond and too much extra. And I hated that. It was annoying to me. I do understand that Dr. Robotnik is like that. I understand that. I know that he's annoying. I know that he's crazy. I know that he's wild. I just think Jim Carrey was a little too much for me, and I'm a big Jim Carrey guy. I love me some Jim Carrey. I feel like that guy can do no wrong. But on this particular case, I was like, ah, it was just too much for me. I do love the fact that they made him look like Robotnik. Finally, we had part one where you had like the little comb and little twig thing. Then he goes to the mushroom world. He comes back. Now he's bald, but he's still skinny. They finally made him fat. They finally gave him his bushy mustache. And in a way, at least his great grandpa was the evil one, where you can kind of see how Robotnik is like super evil against Sonic, even though they kind of teamed up for this movie. Getting that out of the way, let's just talk some Sonic. I love how Sonic still has that ego. I love how Sonic is still talking that shit. I love Sonic how he has that heart, but at the same time, they feel like it feels like they're brothers. You know, when he's talking smack on Knuckles and Tails, like that's how you banter with your brothers. Knuckles is still talking like one way forward, where he doesn't understand like the jokes, or he just plays this dumb muscle guy, which again I have loved. I loved him in the series. I loved him in the movie, and now I love him in this. And then Tails being the gadget guy, and him actually having some scenes of what to do and what's next, not just being about Sonic. I love that. Like I said, the Team Sonic was outstanding. It seemed like a Sonic movie. And then Shadow with Keanu Reeves. I don't know if the voice hit for me. It's like I see Keanu Reeves in movies like John Wick and Matrix and all that, and you can see that he's acting. You can go, okay, he's a badass. With Shadow, I don't know. Like I have mixed feelings. The character himself was great. I'm just talking about the voice. The voice itself, like something else is missing for Shadow. But his whole character arc was great. It was amazing. Spoilers. When you see me do this again, that's when I talking about spoilers. When Sonic gets the emerald, and then Shadow gets the emerald, and they're going out and back and forth, boom, 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 going towards Egypt, boom, 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 boom. That's the closest thing we're gonna get to a Dragon Ball Z movie looking that amazing. That fight was amazing. It was a toda madre. It was a toda madre. I freaking loved it. And then the action scene with the robots, that was okay. You know, that was for my people that didn't want to hear spoilers. The movie ends great. It shows you heart. It shows you passion. It shows you why characters do certain things. It shows you love. And yeah, man, it was a kick out. It's just again the human element. Like now looking back and me talking about it, I do give it more of a solid rating. It's just that human element. I just I wish they can just move Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and put them in the Sonic world. I forgot what that world is called, but I'm ready for that. Like we don't need humans no more. I'm ready for that. If they want to bring Jim Carrey back, put him over there in that world. We don't need to see him anymore, and we don't need to see him in Earth. Go put him in that world. That's what I need to see in the next movie if there's a next one. Because you guys are doing an amazing job with the Team Sonic. We don't need humans no more. Honestly, we don't need humans. Give us a Sonic movie. Give us a Sonic movie we want. Even though you've been giving us what you want, we want to see him in a Sonic world now. Go all out. Go the Mario part. Go the Mario movie game like that. Like it's okay. It's okay. We allow it. You gave us three good movies. Now it's time to go back to that Earth. All right. That's what I want. What do I give this rating? I want to be nice enough and give him an 8 out of 10, but that human element kind of it really does bug me too much. Where I do have to give it a 7.5 out of 10, maybe even a 7, because it like I said, everything about Sonic and all that. Yes, that movie's top notch, but just the annoyance of the human characters is what really bugs me. It bugs me, and that's why I can't give it a high rating because of that. And that's my only thing. Whereas people telling me that's the best movie ever or best video game movie, I can see it. It's just that Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 did it much better. at least on the human element, and that's why I have to give it that rating. What did you guys give it? Have you seen it? Have you watched it? Let me know. You guys have a good night, good evening, and a good morning.